and we can answer the questions. Thank you for coming out.
Matt, would you like to begin with some slam poetry?
Yeah, I have no poems. I'm sorry.
If you have any questions, let's open this up to some questions.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Kelly, president of the Matt Morris Fan Club here in Orlando.
Nice to meet you.
Just curious, I thought that in your short, the sound was amazing. I was just wondering if, where did you do the sound? And if you had maybe an interesting story about, where you did the sound?
I did the sound at a very small mixing company called Skywalker Sound that George Lucas owns. And through a friend of mine who was down sound mixing there, I got in touch with a mixer who saw my previous short doc, Pickin' and Trimmin', that played here in 2009. And he really enjoyed it, and I told him, I got this 10-minute film, I don't have money, do you want to do the sound mixing? And he said yes. So 2.5 weeks ago, I got to go hang out at Skywalker Ranch and be a nerd, and Pixar was there doing Cars 2, and I'm there with my little movie. So yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Woo!
So that's right. So this is your third year. This is a three-peat for Matt. First one was Pickin' and Trimmin', which won was it the audience award? Jury award. Last year was Watermelon Man. This year, Mr. Happy Man. 3 years in a row. That's fantastic. All of that.
When I grow up, I want to be Bill Clinton. So.
Questions? More questions, please.
How did you even come across that story? How did you find that guy?
How did I come across the story? I found Johnny on Flickr, the photo sharing website. I was just browsing it, and someone had taken a photo of him on their vacation in Bermuda and put this little, one-sentence description of what he did. And I thought it was really interesting, so I looked him up and found full articles on him, and couldn't believe that no one had done film on him, mostly because it's very difficult to film in Bermuda for someone who doesn't live there. And if you do live there, you see him every day and you don't think he's that big of a deal. So, yeah, that's basically how it happened.
There was a question. Follow-up? There was another question, I thought. Yes?
Is he still alive?
Yes, Johnny is still alive. That was something that I talked about at the first screening. The woman at the end of the film, her phrasing is a little ambiguous because she's sort of imagining herself what life will be like without Johnny, because he's 87 years old now. He's going to turn 88 in a couple of months. And that was something where I included that in the film and that bit of pause because a year ago, one of the subjects of my first doc, Pickin' and Trimmin', died. And it made the film and working with him and knowing him that much more important to me. And so I hope that with that little moment you would consider sort of, now that you know Johnny, he's not always going to be there, and what will you take from what he does and use it in your own life?
Questions? Yes, Bridget.
Do I keep in touch with Johnny? Yes, anyone can call Johnny Barnes if you want his phone number. No, I'm serious. Go on, there's a Mr. Happy Man group on Facebook. I'll give you his phone number. Because I called him up. It was one of those things where I was hoping someone could introduce me to kind of make it, I didn't want it to be awkward or anything, and to set up the idea that maybe I wanted to make a film about him. But Bermuda's a small place, so someone said, here's Johnny's phone number, call him. And so it's really nerve-wracking because you call someone and you're hoping that they're the type of person that you think they will be and they'll be a good subject and that kind of thing. So I just called Johnny out of the blue. His wife picks up the phone. And I said, may I please speak with Johnny Barnes? And she said, 1 minute. And she goes to get him. And he picks up, and instead of saying hello, he says, I love you. I love your family. I will pray for all of you. This is Johnny Barnes. It was sort of like, hey, Johnny. And so if you call him come up, he'll ask you where you're calling from. He's always asking me what the weather's like, how my family's doing, if I'll bring him oranges from Florida next time I see him. So yeah, he's a great guy. Yeah.
Can you tell us about his response to the film?
I will tell you when I hear. We sent him DVDs as soon as I got it done. It takes a while to get stuff to Bermuda, but we spoke to him about the film and that kind of thing. I world premiered in Bermuda and really wanted him to be at the screening, but his bedtime is at 6 p.m. and he's very strict about that. And so he didn't want to stay up till 9. It would throw off his morning wave. But I know that that's another thing where I've actually put online today. I filmed with him a little bit 2 weeks ago at the festival, asking him what he hoped people would take away from the film, which is basically what you would expect, to learn how to love one another more, to be kind, to be respectful, and that kind of thing.
Matt, the film looks so good. I mean, the colors are so crisp. I mean, it looks happy.
Yeah.
I mean, the colors will suck you in. Was that planned? Is that just where you shot it, or is that how you shot it?
It's sort of where I shot it. Bermuda's a very happy place, but I also got great color correction done at a place called Company 3. And I should thank my color correction guy, Jeremy Sawyer at Company 3, and my sound mixer, Bob Edwards at Skywalker. These guys worked for peanuts for me, so I thank them profusely. And that was something where you have this place, Johnny's house is pink, so you got to use the pink and all the colors of the island, so I really wanted to bring this out.
Good stuff, good stuff.
Brandon may not know how Texas support himself in the employer away from people.
Can someone repeat that for me?
How does he support himself
financially?
He is retired. The legend has it. It's something that's really funny with Johnny, who's essentially a living urban legend. Because you go up to anyone and you say, when does he go out to that corner? And people say, he's out there at 6 a.m. Next person will go. He's out there at 5 a.m. Next person will go. He's out there from 7 to that. Like, no one really knows for sure. But Johnny has said that basically he has always made an effort to wave to people and that kind of thing. He worked in the railways when they were there, then he was a bus driver. And it was walking to work that intersection, which is such a busy intersection, he would get stuck there. And so he'd spend 5 minutes, wave to people, that kind of thing, go to work. And he enjoyed doing it, and so it was when he retired from being a bus driver that it kind of became a full-time thing for him. So he's retired, and he's out there every morning, 20 till 4 to 10, and then he goes home and he's got a garden that he spends time with and spends time with his wife and that sort of thing.
Matt, if people want to find out more about you or find out about your work, how would they do that?
I have a website, mattmorrisfilms.com. Happy Man, Watermill Man, Picking and Trimming, they're on Facebook. Happy Man is Happy Man Films, a Facebook / Happy Man Film. So I'm, I make my little movies, mattmorrisfilms.com. And so if I need any money for a future movie, I'll let you know. There are some kind people here who gave me money on my Kickstarter campaign for this one, so thank you.
Any last questions? Can we get one last question? Okay, Adam.
What's next?
What's next is the most obvious thing that I've already shot some of is I'm going to do a short talk on Mark and Lorna, the lounge singers that are over at the it kind of fits in with what I do, quirky elderly people. Yeah, I'm really excited. They're awesome, and I think people that live outside of Winter Park need to know about them.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.